Just push that black button and hold it. You should see a little green light show up. We are recording. Yep. I don't know if you can verify that or not. Good. Great. Yeah, Mike, if you want to hang out down there a little bit, that's fine. Or not. Check 1, check 2, check. Scott says it's working good. He must be watching it. Just press and hold the black button and the green light will come on. Good. Good, good. I'm okay starting from one side. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If we could all please rise for a pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any discussion at all about the July board meeting minutes and the August board meeting? Any comments? Anything? Concerns? Yeah. Motion by Berg. Second by Bauer. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Town clerk's report. Okay. Assessor is not here. Dirk is not here either. Nor is our code enforcement. County legislator, John Fitzak, any news? Just here in this county then.
Well,
I think the state already. The state. But New York State's already said that.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there was kind of like an eminent domain type policy that's going to be put forth where towns actually cannot disallow those types of structures. Probably a lot of state funding to push behind those types of, yeah. You're going nowhere, huh? Yeah. Any public comment as it pertains to any of the resolution or agenda items here tonight? Yeah, we had a work meeting, I don't know, a week or two ago, and discussed that. We have to earmark it for the end of the year. Actually, I was prepared to make a resolution to kind of earmark those items, but I think we're going to table it tonight because we want to kind of do a little bit more research on how much flexibility we have. You know, if a certain project that we're earmarking money for doesn't meet that threshold, you know, can we put it towards something else? Questions like that. So we want to talk to our accountants about that and make sure that we're making the right decisions. I know one of the topics for ARPA funds were the parking lot out in front. It's in pretty bad shape, but that was one of the things we had talked about, as well as other things here for the buildings and grounds. But we're going to table that for probably here tonight. So. Well, I'm going to be getting to that pretty soon. Anything else from anybody? New business. We have a resolution here to adopt retention and disposition schedule for New York Local Government Records, LGS 1. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the resolution adopting retention and disposal schedule? Motion by Berg. Second by Christopher. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We have received the environmental assessment form for our water line extension. MRB, our engineers, has provided that to us. I need a motion and a second to approve the full environmental assessment form part 1. Motion by Bauer. Second by Berg. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. As part of the water line extension, there's also a seeker resolution, which makes the town the lead agency in that seeker resolution. So I am looking for a motion and a second to approve our intent to be the lead agency as part of the seeker resolution. Motion by Christopher, second by Bauer. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Approving the interfund transferred as suggested by our accountant, Local Government Support Services, otherwise known as LGSS. I actually have those interfund transfers with me right now, and while we're here, as long as we're approving those interfund transfers, I'll ask for a motion and a second to approve those transfers. Motion by Bauer, second by Berg. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Also, approving the budget transfers as recommended by Local Government Support Services. I need a motion and a second approving the budget transfers as recommended by our accountant. Motion by Bauer, second by Berg. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. On new business, we had a resolution earmarking the ARPA funds, as I had stated earlier. I think we're going to table that for now. We did have a work meeting here recently about that. We need to have it hammered out by the end of the year. But we have a couple questions that we want to ask our accountant before we actually earmark these specific projects. The water line extension update. We're in full mode. Our engineer, MRB Engineers, has asked us for a lot of information from Cindy and myself over the last week or two. Their grant writer is in the process of writing this grant. I reached out to Scott Madison, our engineer, even before this whole thing started, to make sure that this is something that was going to get approved. I saw no reason to go through all these hoops and hurdles if we weren't going to have this approved. And he did talk to USDA. They assured him that this is something that's in their bailiwick. So we are in full mode right now. All the water samples have been done, as you well know, Stacy. All of them came back bad to one extent or another. This again involves 6 homes. And again, our highway guys are going to be doing the installation. We're going to try to have hydrants as part of this project. We have to crunch the numbers to make sure that we can stay within our 2.5% bond repayment. So if we can do it, we'll do it. If we can't, that's not going to slow the project down. We're still going to go forward with everything. Duly noted. Any questions about that? Also under new business, request code enforcement office to send draft subdivision law and draft sign ordinance to planning board for review. Can I get a motion in a second regarding that? Sure, absolutely.
I think that there's a lot of topics. I was on the planning board last year that we ended the year with on topics that the planning board and code officer had determined we wanted to look at and revise in code. Subdivision is one that we don't have, and the sign ordinance is one we wanted to make updates to. But there are a number of other things. For example, there's no regulation for swimming pools, farm animals. There's a list of things. And my question is, what process do we want? Do we want the planning board to make recommendations to the board? Do we want like a committee?
No, I think
Hasn't
personally the
gone
planning
anywhere.
board is more than capable of discussing this. It's just a matter of setting up a meeting.
We
Getting together.
had done a lot of work last year. We probably had more than 6 or 7 work meetings, and then it just stopped. So I think if they could keep up with that is with some new members and maybe some different thoughts, and at least bring it to the board for discussion, because we have to have this updated in the code.
Which Diane has been diligently adding information to, every week. So, if you're not familiar with eCodes 360, it's something that we purchased with our ARPA money. Basically, it has all of our codes for the town at your fingertips on our website. So if you have any questions, it's not there yet, but it will be. We pay good money to have that service provided to the town residents. And when that's up and running, you will be able to go to our website and you will be able to research all of our town codes right online. So you can answer your own questions without maybe even having talked to anybody at the town. So that's what eCodes is all about. I'll talk to Chad and see if we can get a meeting set up with our planning board here, maybe next month, discuss some of these things, because we really need to kind of hammer some of this stuff out, in my opinion. There's some important issues that need to be discussed and determined as we go forward. So, any other comments at all? Any old business anybody wants to?
To go back to that, should the subdivision law and the sign ordinance go to the planning board before it comes back?
Yeah, I believe so.
So what we're asking is the request code officer to send the subdivision and draft law to you guys.
Yep. So I'll need a motion in a second to request the code enforcement officer to send a draft subdivision law and draft sign ordinance to the planning board for review. Motion by Christopher, second by Bird. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Any old business anybody wants to discuss?
It's been like a year since the planning board had what they felt was kind of a final draft. There was a couple of tweaks they wanted to do, maybe nothing.
Well, to your point, that's some of these things that they're going to be requiring on some of these applications for grants. That's another thing that I think the planning board should review, quite honestly, and make sure that we have a solar law in the town of Murray that we're all comfortable with. So
We had spent a lot of time
planning board's only met once this year. We need to meet on a more regular basis and discuss these things. We need to kind of hammer them out. Anything else? Any comments? Public comments at all? Okay. David Paul?
Yes. And then my other question to you is that everybody has to go into
I do.
and let me know what the time is see about it.
We're discussing that as we speak. Absolutely. I agree. I think some of the parts in our code need to be kind of simplified in some respects. We don't need 16 pages on signs. We can kind of trim it down a little bit and kind of come up with some common sense agreements and stuff. Well, we certainly don't want that. We see them as a resource and a value to the town. I'll apologize on behalf of the ZBA for the decision that was made recently, but I think it was just not knowing our codes probably as well as we should have. And I'll leave it at that. There is, as you well know, a meeting coming up here on the 26th to rescind the decision that was made recently about the sign. We got to get it right. There's no sense in bringing people into a zoning board of appeals meeting and making them think that something's going to get approved and then pull the rug out from underneath them, only to find out that it wasn't our call to even approve it, quite honestly. So that's why I want the planning board to meet a little bit more often to discuss some of these things. We really need to kind of fine tune and hone in on some of our local ordinances. Yes. Well, just to be clear, I don't mean to diminish the job that the ZBA does. I was hoping to get a little bit more guidance from code enforcement on it, pre-meeting, so that they could make a right decision on it. That's all. I'll leave it at that. Any other public comments? Sandy? Congratulations on your retirement. Also, on a side note, we do have a new Facebook page dedicated to the town of Murray. That's Town of Murray, New York. I'm encouraging anybody that's not already following us, follow us, so you can keep yourself up to date on what's going on in the town. It's not a site that accepts public comment. Don't want a site like that. It's really a site just to let people know when board meetings are, special events that are going on in the town, in the village of Holly. But again, it's Town of Murray, New York is the Facebook page. It's up and running right now. Anything else? Pay bills. Can I get a motion and a second to pay bills and approve the supervisor's financial report? Motion by Bauer. Second by Berg. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Motion to adjourn. We did. Yep. The town of Murray made a donation to the Murray Holly Historical Society, and we wanted that earmarked for the handicap access ramp that they just installed. It looks great. It's a beautiful ramp, and now people that have handicaps can access our Holly Murray Historical Society. Nice job. Anything else? Motion to adjourn. Motion by Christopher.
Second.
Second by Berg. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. We have to sign these,
Yeah, you see how I write? Look at it. I have to sign?
yes,
Good luck.
yeah. Good. Yep. Like I said, that's why we got him on our team. Good. So you were definitely happy with his. Good. Good.
I was disappointed when he didn't say it there.
Yeah, I don't know. He's well, I think I might have told you that his three daughters, they're homeschooled, and last year.
You can tell. Here's turnout